Dear all, I'm very pleased to send you a few words from France to support the launch of this FAST-Infra initiative today. As you know, it came out of the One Planet Lab supported and launched by President Macron. And I would really like to thank, in particular, HSBC, IFC, the OECD and CPI and all your new partners who worked on the development of this new initiative. This wide and massive crisis that we are all experiencing urges us to take our responsibilities. As governments, we have the responsibility to turn this crisis into an opportunity to come up with a new model of prosperity based on resilience, sustainability, and inclusiveness. The ecological transition will be an important piece of this new model, alongside with social equity and digitalization challenge, for example. And financing sustainable infrastructure will be absolutely key to supporting recovery plans in developing countries. Before the crisis, we already had to face a huge financing gap. Investment needs in sustainable infrastructure were estimated by the OECD to be around $6.9 trillion per year until 2030 if we were to meet our climate goals. And emerging and developing countries still account for the majority of these investments. This gap is now to be bridged in a context of stronger constraints and burden on public budget. This is why it is our duty to make the better possible use of public money, meaning unlocking its catalyzing power to mobilize private finance and maximize its impact in terms of climate impact, but also the fast development of low-carbon infrastructure for energy, transportation, housing, and waste management. This is why I believe that blended finance is an important part of the solution to speed up investments in developing countries, while also ensuring that it can be consistent with sustainable development principles and Paris Agreement targets. Of course, we'll still need data, tools, and standards to better assess what is a sustainable infrastructure and better coordinate public finance flows. There are fragmented, ongoing works at different levels bringing part of the answers. But we need to connect the dots and maximize synergies. This is why the FAST-Infra framework is so important in that context. It provides a holistic framework, the one that we need to both create standards of sustainable infrastructure and foster financial innovation to move private capital towards low-carbon projects in new areas of the world. There is an important task to define how the investment chain can generate a new asset class out of sustainable infrastructure project and on how to better coordinate public financial institutions. I know that the partners brought together today are the right ones, and I count on your initiative to bring at scale fast and innovative blended finance mechanisms for sustainable infrastructure. I wish you an excellent meeting and I want to thank you again.